right, hi everybody, Miss Pettyjohn here. Today's drill of the day is going to be Zhangbang form and some Zhangbang drills. Now, if you guys are wondering what a Zhangbang is, it's this thing. Zhangbang is just Korean for long stick. Okay, as you can see, it's very long stick, right? I know some of my students, especially my black belt students, have a few of you have some of these, and so for you guys, just go ahead, bring these out. Make sure that you are practicing in a space that mom or dad have allowed you to practice in, because these are very, very long. All right, but I do also know that a lot of my students, especially some, the beginner ranks, they have never used one of these before, and you definitely don't have one. So I wanted to bring a household item in that we could use. And so everybody's probably got a broom or a mop, right? And more than likely, that broom head will come off, okay? So like on this one, it unscrews, okay? So we can unscrew the broom head or the mop head, or even if it doesn't unscrew, just use it anyway, okay? It's fine. So we are going to learn Zhangbang form with a broomstick, all right? So some quick little drills that are going to help us understand this form a little bit better. For one is our grip, okay? So you're going to find the halfway point. You can measure it. You can put a little line on the middle to let you know where the middle is. Don't hold it right on the middle. Hold it off a little bit to the side. Your right hand, palm up. Always that way. Then your left hand will go palm down. Now, if you switch your grip and you start doing things like this, it's going to be very, very difficult to get any of these drills right. So if you're getting something wrong and you're wondering why, it's most likely because you've turned your hand, okay? So always right hand palm up, left hand palm down, okay? Now, first thing we're going to learn is just a very, very simple strike, okay? We're going to focus on the right end of the weapon for this. And how this works is you're going to bring it up and over your head. Take the right end of the stick, point it behind you, then off to the side, and then just bring it down, slide it across, and your left arm is just going to kind of tuck underneath the other one. So when I do that slow, it's up, point it behind you, turn it even farther, and then just bring it down and through. If I do that fast, this is what it looks like. I'll demonstrate one time from behind. Up, behind, to the side, and then through. Nice and fast. A full-on strike. So what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video in just a second. You're going to practice this nice and slow, and then once you feel like you've got it right, I want you to do it right 10 times, and then you can hit play again. So go ahead and pause the video. All right, very good. So now what we're going to add to this is after I finish this strike, I'm going to bring it out to center, and then I'm going to do one half turn. So I'm going to stick the left end of the weapon up in the air, and I'm just going to push it off to the side and do a block, okay? So we come back to center. I'm going to strike like we just did before, bring it back to center, take the left end of the weapon, point it up in the air, and push it off to the side. So it's strike and block, strike and block. And one time from the back, I'm going to strike, bring it to center, turn it up, and block. Strike to the right, block to the left, okay? So once you've gotten that down, since we're working the overhead strike and just adding a little bit of a block to it, pause the video and do that 5 times, okay? All right, very good. Now, one more that's pretty simple is just something that's called a kayak, okay? And if you have ever rowed a kayak before, this one's going to be really, really easy, right? So how this works is I'm just going to focus on the ends of the weapon, and it's easier if you focus on one. So let's focus on the right end here. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring it to my shoulder, point it down at the floor, and then bring it back up, okay? To my shoulder, down at the floor, bring it back up. And if I want to make this flow, then I can just turn. One end makes a circle, the other end makes a circle. Show you facing you. One end makes a circle, the other end makes a circle, just like this. And then we gradually make it a little bit stronger. Shoulder at the floor, up in the air, and we turn it into a strike, okay? So work on it nice and smooth first, and then work on adding a little bit power as you come up with the right end. So couple of drills, kayak strike. Hit pause and work on that for a little while. All right, very good. And so those are just a few very simple, basic Zhangbang drills that you can work on that will help you as we go through the form. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to demonstrate the first half of Zhangbang form. You can try to follow along as best as possible, okay? And even if you're having a hard time going through the entire thing, work on it, pick a segment that's easier for you, and just drill on that for a while, okay? So how we start, hold this here, right? I'm gonna have it by my side, hurry up, kunye. Now to step out, I'm going to bring this hand here, this hand across, and I'm gonna step out, chumbi, just like that. The first one that we do is that block we practiced earlier. So I'm gonna bring it up, grab it, flip it, push, land, and strike. Now I'm going to bring this leg in, bring it out, and then do a kayak and land in a middle stance. Now I'm going to do that over the head strike that we practiced first, and I'm going to bring it over and step into a rear stance. Then I'm going to step back, slide up, kayak, step down, and kayak, okay? Now just move my front foot over, strike low, middle, then high. Bring it up here, strike down, strike up, and then step out and just hit across. Now I'm going to stab once and then twice, yell hiya. Then bring it back here with another kayak, okay? Now I'm just going to step down, strike over my head, step forward, push it out, do that block we did earlier, then step forward, strike over my head one more time. Bring it to the front of me, untwist it, take that left end, point it up in the air. Then I'm going to swipe it across and land with a strike in a front stance. Stab once, reset in a rear stance with a kayak. And that is the first half of Zhangbang form. So as you can see, a lot of the drills that we did are all throughout that form. So you get really good at those drills. The footwork might be a little bit tricky, but those drills are most of the form. All right, guys, that was your drill of the day. Again, use a Zhangbang. If you don't, use a broomstick. If you don't have a Zhangbang, and make sure that you practice in a nice, wide open space. If it's sunny, go outside and do this. See you guys later.